the buzz about baseball in the opening weekend, and opening day was Thursday, and everybody couldn't stop talking about the Yankees, who demolished the Milwaukee Brewers and swept a 3-game series. And they hit a franchise record 9, N-I-N-E, 9 home runs in the game on Saturday. 15 total in the 3-game set in which the Yankees swept. And let's listen to Michael Kay, who talked about these new Torpedo bats, and this is what he's talking about, where you can see a bigger part of the bat, not exactly on the barrel or underneath or wherever that player. These are custom built bats for people. And Michael Kay explains it on the Yes Network.
Now, you see the shape of Chisholm's bat.
Dude, it's got a big barrel on it.
Well, it's actually a little bit lower than the barrel. The Yankee front office, the analytics department, did a study on Anthony Volpe. And every single ball, it seemed like he hit on the label. He didn't hit any on the barrel. So they had bats made up where they moved a lot of the wood into the label, so the harder part of the bat is going to actually strike the ball.
That'd be a weird way to hit. Going up there expecting to get jammed and putting the meat of the bat towards the label.
It'd allow you to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, you're.
And there it is. So most fans went crazy. The Yankees are cheating.
Mm-hmm.
They're the new Houston Astros. They got these janky bats. They're janky.
You got
that? Because the bat.
At first, I was like janky. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh no,
they're janky. Because the barrel's not in the right place. Major League Baseball put out a statement. These bats are legal, and they have rules on what the bats can be. Right? Even a glove, you know that? There's a specification for a glove, just like when they had Deflategate in the NFL. There's a certain amount of air that is allowed to be in a football. This is specifications. Everybody belly aching. The Yankees are cheating. Look at all these home runs. I hate to break it to you. First of all, the bat has been around. It's not new. Some people used it last year. But obviously, when you see all these home runs going out, then people start to, what is this all about? And the one thing, now, John Carlos Stanton used it last year, but Aaron Judge, who had 4 of those 15 home runs over the weekend, he still has his regular bat. So that doesn't mean that it was only about the bat that made the Yankees. Do you know the nickname for the New York Yankees is what?
Bronx Bombers?
Because they had home runs, right?
Yeah, it might be, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is not new that they had home runs at Yankee Stadium. But Aaron Judge had all 4 home runs using a normal bat. So, of course, it had more to do with bad Brewers pitching than it did about these bats that don't look right.
It sounds like a made-up debate. And I'm going to take it out of my own personal opinion and put it in the hands of Brewers manager Pat Murphy, who was asked about the Yankees' Torpedoes bats, and he said, quote, "My old ass will tell you this for sure. It ain't the wand, it's the magician." When the manager of the team
that gave up
all those home runs, the LeBron, not 1, not 2, what was it, 13?
15 over the weekend.
15? Yeah, it's not the wand, it's the magician. He needs some more magicians in that bullpen and in his starting rotation. So I'm just directly quoting him. By the way, I hope I could say that word on air here. But listen, there's nothing to
Today's your last day.
Today's my last day. Last time on The Odd Couple, at least until the next time I fill in, because Kelvin's coming back. There's no story. I think you're right. I think it's because it's the Yankees, and I think it is.
And a franchise record, 9 home runs in a game. I get that.
Sure. But if everyone has access to the technology, if not everyone is using it that's hitting all these home runs. By the way, your literal, the best home run hitter in Major League Baseball is like, nah, I'm good with the bat I'm using.
And which makes total sense. Why would he change?
Yes.
We talked about it. The stat, 990, his first 995 games as a Yankee compared to Babe Ruth's first 995 games as a Yankee because he started with the Red Sox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both hit 318 career home runs.
Yeah. And he's not using the Torpedo bat, correct?
No, he is not.
Okay. So to me, it's not a non-story because I don't want to undersell why we're talking about it.
Because it was the talk of the week. It was
Yes.
It was no doubt about it.
Yes.
It was the talk because the bats looked funky, and you just wonder if. And the question really, as we talk to people about this, do you want your team to get these bats? You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Like supposedly Buster Olney from ESPN tweeted or reported that the Atlanta Braves, who started out 0-4, said, "Can you ship us?" That
Sure.
they're ready to make a shipment. That they're interested in seeing what this is all about.
And isn't that what that's why we have managers, coaches, front office. It's to whatever advantage people have, you're trying to figure it out. And so to me, first of all, yes, everybody should be trying to figure out if these bats will create some advantage. And I think, look, if everybody has them and all of a sudden we got 18 runs a game every game, then it's on Major League Baseball to change the rules, right?
Right.
You know, to me, I know it's not apples to apples because we're talking about equipment versus people, but it reminds me of the tush push. It's like the tush push.
You can do it. Other teams can do it, right?
The Philadelphia Eagles have mastered it. Because of the fact that they are better at it than you, doesn't mean that we need to ban the tush push. It means that you need to get better. I use the analogy all the time, Rob, with the tush push. If Josh Allen can throw the ball 70 yards on a dime downfield and hit his receivers in the air, and the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints or whoever, Baker Mayfield can't, should we outlaw the 70-yard downfield touchdown pass, or should we just accept that Josh Allen could do some things that you can't? It's the same with Jalen Hurts and the tush push. It is the same with the torpedo bats. Again, complain all you want, but also just get the technology yourself. Just call up whoever's in charge of this. Like you said, everybody has all these analytics. Get your analytics department on it and get to work.
And if you're an all-star great player, would you change bats? Would you even look into this?
Great call.
I would not touch that bat.
Great call.
Not interested. If I'm Aaron Judge, if I'm Shohei, if I'm some of these other, what? Don't put that bat near me. I'm not touching it. People have scuffled or struggled, and they're looking for some help. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, let's take a look at the Yankees right now. Because the Yankees are obviously, 15 home runs over the course of the weekend. Well, let's take a quick look here. Let's see here. 0 home runs from Oswaldo Cabrera in 8 at-bats. You go on and on down the list. 1 home run from Cody Bellinger in 10 at-bats. 1 home run from Paul Goldschmidt in 12 at-bats.
Right.
Should the analytics guy be fired because Paul Goldschmidt only has 1 home run so far this season?
And Aaron Judge leads the team with 4.
Yeah.
Using his own bat.
Exactly.
Justin, what you got?
You know who could really use one right now, guys?
Who's that?
Rafael Devers.
Yeah, well, Steve mentioned the stat with the Red Sox.
Yep.
As the DH, 0 for 19 to start the season.
Is that good?
That is not good. And I don't know. The big bat could help him or whatnot. But this is interesting. Steve DeSager, can you jump in? Steve, just your thoughts on this. And you talked about it before. It has been used before. And obviously the home run barrage by the Yankees is definitely what made it, don't you think, jump out to where people started to talk about it even more?
Absolutely. I think a person like Max Muncy would be perfect for this bet because he's already a 30-homer hitter but never hits for average. He knows the strike zone very well, draws a lot of walks, contributes to the offense that way, but there's a lot of swing and miss. And if you can correct that with wider wood
it makes sense, doesn't it?
And you can do it legally.
But you agree with the guys like Aaron Judge and people said that they're not touching that bat, right?
No, why screw up with something that works?
And right. And the worst thing you could do is mess yourself up. Like what would you do? If you're scuffling or you're having issues, yes. And baseball has come out with a statement. This is legal. The Yankees aren't doing anything wrong. If other teams want to get these bats, they can get the bats. Looks funny,
Yes, it does.
Looks funny.
right? Like reject bats that didn't go through the fire or something. Like,
I'd like to see one of them break, or how it breaks.
Yes.
Or if it does. Because usually it breaks when you get jammed on something. There's not as much wood the closer the bat is to your hands. That would be different with this bat.
and you know what? I don't know if Michael Kay really didn't bring it up during the at-bat and point to it, because guys have used it last year and it wasn't a conversation.
But Jazz
And-
Chisholm
and-
has talked about it.
you
So
know?
one of the home run hitters has addressed it. So it's not like it would still be a secret a week into the season.
Yeah. And I think people would have had to look harder to really notice it, is all I'm saying. Not that it's a secret, but I wouldn't have been looking at the back that closely, would you?
No, not at all.
I didn't see it last year, and I didn't know that John Carlo used it last year.
No, from far away, which is the normal baseball TV shot, you couldn't know. Close up, obviously it looks different.
Yeah, no doubt about it.